She had just answered a late-night video call from her husband checking on her, but she quickly and nervously hung up the call. A black boss suddenly rushed into the bathroom. She wasn't sure if her husband had just seen that. To prevent something bad from happening, the woman hurriedly urged the boss to take her back, but unexpectedly halfway through the drive, her husband suddenly called again. This made Lisa extremely uneasy. You have to know people make bad decisions when they panic. She impulsively hung up the call. Then when the car passed a gas station, she planned to grab a hot coffee to calm herself down. When she was about to pay at the counter, she realized there wasn't a single person in the store. Even worse, there was a large pool of fresh blood behind the counter. Lisa instantly realized something was terribly wrong. She quickly turned around to leave this dangerous place, but now it was already too late. A sudden bullet instantly hit her in the shoulder. To stay alive, Lisa quickly hid behind cover, then called out to the boss in the car. But the boss was listening to music in the car, and didn't notice anything happening in the store. At that moment she noticed her phone had fallen to the ground, so she slowly crawled toward it while enduring the pain. Little did she know the sniper outside had already seen through her plan. So Lisa had no choice but to hide behind cover again. A wave of despair instantly flooded her. She never imagined being hunted by a killer in a law-abiding society. Just then, the walkie-talkie on the counter suddenly made a sound.
Pick up, Amelia.
Hearing the other side calling for the clerk, Lisa instantly felt a glimmer of hope. Right now if she could grab the walkie-talkie she could call for help. So she grabbed 2 bags of chips, and threw them up into the air. Sure enough, she realized the killer was watching her every move, so she threw another bag, and took the chance to grab the life-saving walkie-talkie. She told them she was being hunted by a killer, hoping they could help call the police. But then the walkie-talkie suddenly went silent. Meanwhile, the boss in the car noticed Lisa hadn't returned, so he walked into the store to look for her.
What's going on? Hello?
The boss died without ever knowing why. Watching him die right in front of her, Lisa became even more terrified. She could only cover her mouth and cry loudly, and then the walkie-talkie suddenly made a sound again.
Hello?
That instantly gave Lisa hope again. She used a mop to pull the walkie-talkie closer, and once again called out for help. But the other side suddenly said sorry, and then said Lisa's name. That instantly made her feel something was wrong. How did they know her name? So she asked who they were. Seeing that they were clearly stalling for time, Lisa stopped wasting time talking. When she saw the power switch on the counter, she grabbed something nearby and tried to turn off the lights, because that could interfere with the killer's vision outside. But after several tries she failed. At a critical moment she noticed wheels on a shelf behind her, so she instantly came up with an idea. She used the shelf as cover and moved toward the counter. Finally she managed to turn off the store lights safely. Then Lisa switched the walkie-talkie to different channels, trying one channel after another to call for help. But after trying for a long time, the only thing that came through was a single voice.
I'm right here.
At that moment Lisa suddenly noticed the clerk was already dead under the counter. Realizing they might have a phone, she forced herself to search for it, but after searching for a while she found nothing. It seemed the clever killer had already cleaned up the scene, before she even got to the store. Realizing this would only lead to death, Lisa had to find a way to save herself. This time she planned to take the boss's car keys, and use the car horn to call for help. But unexpectedly the killer suddenly fired at the car, and destroyed the horn on the spot. Just as Lisa was falling into despair, a car suddenly drove up outside the store. Then a man walked into the store.
Holy shit.
Get down!
What?
Get out of the doorway, there's someone shooting in the store!
Hearing this, the man quickly dropped to the ground. Lisa told him to call the police, but he said his phone was in the car. Before Lisa could react, he suddenly appeared right in front of her. A bad feeling instantly rose inside her. Could this man be the gunman outside? Frightened, Lisa grabbed a hammer for defense, but the man said he was just a clerk coming for his shift. Lisa clearly didn't believe him, since no convenience store shifts change in the middle of the night. So she picked up the walkie-talkie again, and tried to talk to the killer outside. When there was still no response, Lisa became even more convinced he was the killer. The man got angry hearing this. To prove he was innocent, he decided to go back to the car to get his phone and call the police, but that required Lisa's cooperation. She needed to shine the flashlight around randomly, to distract the killer outside. Soon the man slipped into the car, but just as he reached for the phone, hearing the gunshot, Lisa instantly fell into despair.